Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Hailey Upton would have been perfect in this Chicago PD Season 12 storyline. Chicago PD has been playing the long game in Season 12. There have been individualized episodes as always, but the overarching storyline has set up a huge conflict between Chief Deputy Charlie Reed, Sean Hatosy, and Hank Voight, Jason Begg. The latter has effectively been forced to do battle with a mirror version of himself for the future of the IU. It's not looking good, given Reed's authority and the fact that he knows how Voight thinks because he thinks basically the same way. It's a great setup, but one that would have benefited exponentially from the involvement of Hailey Upton, Tracy Spiridakos. Upton left in Season 11, but there are several reasons why should have elevated the conflict between Reed and Voight. For one, the character has plenty of skeletons in her closet. She killed a criminal who tried to take out Voight, and proceeded to lie about the circumstances in which he disappeared. When she was nearly found out, she teamed with Voight and then-husband Jay Halstead, Jessup Lee Soffer, to blackmail the agent tasked with learning the truth. Chief Deputy Reed has proven to be such a dangerous force in Season 12 because he knows how to dig up dirt on people, and used said dirt to his advantage. He knows Dan Torres, Benjamin Levy Aguilar, played fast and loose with the rules when it came to dealing with the informant Gloria Perez, Yara Martinez. The young officer slept with Perez, then tried to cover up his sins leading up to her death. One can only imagine the vice grip Reed would have on Upton if she were still part of the IU. Then there's the Voight and Upton relationship. These two grew extremely close over the years, as evidenced by their intense final scene together in Season 11, but the circumstances in which they interacted proved to be too much for Upton. She could no longer contend with the darkness, she needed to get out. If Upton were still part of the show, then her friendship with Voight would take on fascinating dimensions. She would not only have to contend with her desire to break free of the IU and its morbidity, but with Reed, who exemplifies all of Voight's worst traits and would be able to exploit Upton's unrest due to her past indiscretions. Look, we're happy Upton has moved on. She had an absolutely punishing couple of seasons before she left, and looked genuinely happy as she left the IU and the Windy City behind. It's probably for the best that she doesn't have to contend with Reed, even if selfishly we feel like it would have for riveting television. In Chicago PD Season 12, Hailey Upton's presence would have been a game changer, especially in the midst of high-stakes investigations and personal turmoil. Upton, always the resilient and smart detective, could have brought a unique depth to the storyline, especially as the intelligence unit navigates complex cases, evolving alliances, and unpredictable challenges. The season opens with the intelligence unit grappling with a sudden uptick in organized crime across Chicago. A new syndicate, led by a ruthless criminal mastermind, is emerging from the shadows, threatening to destabilize the city's fragile peace. The unit is already stretched thin, juggling several investigations simultaneously, with tensions running high between the members as they each deal with their own personal lives in disarray. Amidst this chaos, Hailey's return to the unit feels like the missing piece they've been searching for. Upton's return, a strategic move. Hailey's return is initially met with mixed reactions. Her decision to leave the force for personal reasons earlier in the season had left a hole, and though she had earned her place, her absence from the team had been felt deeply, particularly by Jay Halstead, her partner. Their unspoken bond was palpable, and her return quickly stirs both a sense of relief and unresolved tension between them. Upton, however, walks back into the fold with the same sharp instincts and relentless drive that had always made her a valuable asset. She's more composed, but there's something deeper behind her eyes, a quiet storm of personal growth, unhealed wounds, and a hunger to prove herself once again. She quickly establishes herself as a stabilizing force amidst the chaos. Her ability to read people, to be in the right place at the right time, gives her a critical edge in tracking the elusive syndicate. In one particular case, the syndicate targets a prominent local politician who's been secretly laundering money through legitimate businesses, and the intelligence unit has to navigate the murky waters of political corruption and organized crime. Hailey, with her cool head and nuanced understanding of human behavior, takes the lead in the investigation, working tirelessly to crack the code of a network that is anything but straightforward. unmasking the mastermind. Upton's true test comes when the unit finally gets a break in the case. An informant, once deeply embedded in the syndicate, offers a tip that could lead to the arrest of the mastermind behind the operation. It's a dangerous lead, one that requires a delicate balance of trust and manipulation. Hailey's ability to gain the trust of the informant, using her empathy without compromising her integrity, plays a pivotal role in gaining crucial intel. Throughout the investigation, her intuition is spot on, and she begins to connect the dots between the syndicate and a web of local criminal enterprises. But the deeper she dives into this case, the more she realizes how tangled the situation really is. As Hailey closes in on the mastermind, she discovers that the criminal isn't just another ruthless villain, but a long-lost family member of someone very close to her. A relative she hadn't seen in years, someone she thought was out of the game. This revelation tests her loyalty to the team and the line between personal and professional. The weight of this discovery forces Hailey to reckon with her past, and the audience sees a side of her that is raw, vulnerable, and deeply human. She's forced to confront the truth about her family's involvement in organized crime, a truth she had buried long ago. This personal dilemma provides a window into Hailey's character, offering viewers a rare look at her vulnerabilities. Upton's journey through this emotional conflict is captivating. She wrestles with her own identity as a law enforcement officer, forced to face the very thing she's fought against her entire career. Is she willing to risk everything, including her own safety and her place in the unit, to bring down someone she once knew and loved? Hailey's bond with the team. Her internal struggle also strains her relationships with her colleagues. Jay Halstead, who has always been there for her, senses her internal conflict. Their once unspoken connection now becomes a quiet conversation between the two of them, filled with empathy and the kind of understanding only partners can share. Halstead, often the voice of reason, is torn between supporting Upton and encouraging her to let the case go. But Hailey refuses to back down, knowing that bringing this person to justice could potentially save countless others from the same fate. The tension between them builds as they navigate their professional roles and personal history. Their bond is tested in a way that neither of them expected, making the eventual resolution of their storyline even more poignant. Meanwhile, Hailey's relationship with Voight grows increasingly complicated. Voight, always a man of tough decisions, can't help but admire Hailey's determination, but he also senses her inner turmoil. He sees the cracks in her armor and knows that the longer she holds onto her personal connection to the case, the more dangerous it becomes. He pushes her to make a decision, to either confront her past or let it go. It's a delicate dance between the two, with Hailey trying to balance the scales of justice against the ghosts of her family history. The final confrontation. The climax of this season arc centers around a daring takedown of the syndicate, where Hailey must face her past head-on. In a high-stakes, heart-pounding operation, the team confronts the mastermind in an attempt to dismantle the entire network. Hailey is forced to make an impossible choice, go against her family to protect the innocent lives that could be destroyed if the syndicate goes unchecked. She faces off with her family member in a gut-wrenching confrontation, knowing that she's about to destroy everything that's left of her connection to them. With every ounce of strength she possesses, Hailey makes the choice to take down the syndicate, even if it means severing ties with her past forever. The unit successfully apprehends the criminal mastermind, but not without consequences. Hailey is left emotionally scared, but stronger for having chosen the law over family loyalty. It's a bittersweet victory for her, a moment where she must finally let go of the ghosts that have haunted her for so long.